Our annual golf tournament, the Cologuard Classic, is upon us. It is a great event that helps in the fight against colorectal cancer, and we're pleased to be joined by Wendi Hawkins, who is an advocate for this disease that takes the lives of so many people in our country. Wendi, how did you, obviously, what is your story behind your involvement
Yeah,
in
I was
colorectal?
a caregiver for my late husband. He was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer at the age of 49 after only experiencing symptoms for several months. He fought for 16 months and passed away in 2019, just shy of his 51st birthday. He was very moved by people who sought screening after hearing about his journey. And so my daughters and I honor his legacy by continuing to tell his story in the hopes it will encourage others to get screening now.
Well, we always kind of maybe like to go back to the start. Was it just a routine checkup for him that something was spotted, or was he not feeling right?
No, he was 49. So at the time, the screening age was 50. So he wasn't even due for that at that time. He started to experience some very common symptoms right before he was diagnosed. Narrowing of the stools, blood in the stool, abdominal pain, all really good indicators that something could be amiss. But like I said, only for a couple months, and by the time they caught it, it was very, very advanced in his case.
And obviously, you mentioned, I mean, for so long it was, 50 was kind of the benchmark.
Yeah.
What do you tell people now about maybe, and especially men, about when they should start getting screened?
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as it becomes available to you, minimally at the age of 45, if you have, are experiencing symptoms or if you have a family history, it's critical to talk to your doctor about it ahead of time. Um, this is one cancer where early screening and detection can make a huge difference on patient outcomes. Colonoscopies are preventative, they remove the polyps that turn into cancer. So I tell everybody I know, they're all sick of hearing from me, about the importance of it, but it would have saved my husband's life. I know that.
You are from here in Arizona. You live up in the Phoenix area.
I
Your
do.
daughter's down here. She's a student at the U of A. How long have you been involved with the classic here?
This will be my fifth classic. I'm so grateful every year that I get to attend. This is such a tremendous event. Aside from it being world class golf, it's also an event that pulls the entire colorectal cancer community together: patients, survivors, advocates, organizations that have dedicated themselves to making an impact on the outcomes. This is a group of people who have become like family to me. The relationships that are built here are tremendous. And Exact Sciences does such a good job of facilitating just really thoughtful, gracious hospitality to everybody. The golfers give of their time so generously. There is no other event like this.
Who connected you with the event?
So I do volunteer work with the Colorectal Cancer Alliance. They're one of the leading, nonprofits in this space, and they've been gracious enough to facilitate attendance here.
So, like, what is your role? Do you talk to people throughout the weekend? Do they have you speak at various events? Like, how have they weaved your story into this event?
Yeah. So in previous years, it really just has been, attending as an advocate and as a member of the community, as a former caregiver. This is an event where the primary focus, while an outcome of it is that people get together and share stories and advocate and talk about how to innovate and spread awareness. One of the main functions is we get to just celebrate each other and be with each other and support each other. And so that has been, kind of the role in previous years. I did just learn this morning that the reigning championship golfer, Steve Alker, will be this year golfing in my husband's name through the Pairings with a Pro program, which is just such a huge honor, a full circle moment. My husband was a huge golf fan, not a great golfer by his own admission, but a huge, huge fan. And so it's tremendous. I was speechless when I heard that
Yeah, I
today.
was just about to ask you if you'd
Yeah.
had a golfer play for you yet.
I have had in previous years, played in Todd's name. Certainly, this one feels the feels very, very special given, his status with the tournament this year.
And you mentioned obviously you were a caregiver for your husband. How would you describe that experience? What you learned about caring for someone in that situation?
That's such a good question. It is a role that you adopt very quickly that you were wholly unprepared for. And I learned quickly to reach out and ask for help. And that's really where these organizations like the Colorectal Cancer Alliance, Fight CRC, all of these, Colon Cancer Coalition, all of these resources that are out there that are available to patients and caregivers. In my case, he concentrated on fighting and staying healthy, and I was the one pretty much doing, everything else, running our household, taking care of my daughters, scheduling the appointments, researching, what we should be doing next. So the role that caregivers play is really, really big, and so I get very excited about these organizations that have information out there that make that role that much easier.
How many daughters do you have?
I have two daughters. My oldest is a junior at U of A. My youngest is a fifth grader. They were 13 and 3 when he passed away. So they were robbed of a father by this disease, and that's why it's so important for me to get out and tell his story.
What do you want people to know that maybe never knew Todd? What's your story about him and the man that he was?
He was just this tremendous, strong, thoughtful teddy bear of a man. He was a great father. He was a good man and a good husband, a tremendous friend, brother, uncle. He was a good guy. And the fact that, this disease doesn't discriminate against who it takes and who it impacts. That's why everybody out there just needs to be diligent about it.
You mentioned that he wasn't very good at playing. Do you play?
I do. You know what? I really want to start playing, especially that I live here now. And I took it up a couple times in upstate New York, and that was very difficult because it wasn't conducive conditions most of the year. But now that I am here, I am trying to edge my way back out there and play again.
I know you said he was a golf fan. Who's a golfer maybe you've met that you would say, oh man, Todd would have loved meeting him?
Yeah. So for me, that was John Daly. Like many men who admire his, spontaneous spirit, Todd was a huge John Daly fan, and when I got to meet him and take a selfie with him, I just knew Todd was smiling down on me. Like that was huge. So, all of these, I can't emphasize enough how, like I said, how enthusiastic and gracious a lot of the golfers are to this community. And I think over the years have really started to understand what this tournament is and the impact it has, and recognize it's more than just golf.
If somebody wants to give in Todd's name to help this fight, where can they go to do that?
The Colorectal Cancer Alliance.org. I would highly encourage, they're such a tremendous organization that is, they cover all facets of it. They're trying to support patients and caregivers, but they're also trying to fundraise and create synergies between researchers, the medical community, and patients. They do it all, and they're huge. So if anybody would like to donate, that's where I encourage the funds go.
Wendi, we appreciate you taking some time to share your story.
Thank you so much.